What's going on, you guys? Today we're going to be talking about how to cut the top. For this client, we are blending both sides together. That means no hair hanging over, okay? Both sides will be blended no matter how you comb the hair down. This is best when they don't style the hair a lot and they want a regular haircut. So when they get home after the shower or anything like that, there isn't a long hair just sticking down. Very important to know that part of your client. First, we got to wet the hair. I always make sure that I style it to however he styles it as I wet the hair. Okay, here. And make sure the hair is wet because you don't want it to dry up on you halfway through the cut. And just like that. And I'm looking at how his hair lays as I'm doing this as well. Okay, perfect. He wants it short on top. You want to pull up, okay? If he wants the front longer, instead of pulling up right here where his hairline grows, you gotta pull back a little bit, like that, okay? So you see how it makes it a little bit longer? Okay, he wants it short, so I'm gonna cut about that much off. Okay, I'm gonna start with this, and then we're gonna go on more. He wants it short on top, so we'll do this, and then if he wants it shorter, we can go back and do it shorter, it's no problem. Pull back, okay? Look at the hair right there. There's hair right where my finger is. That's where you know where to cut again. And then pull back again, pull it up. Right here, I can see the hair. Cut. Okay, keep your shears small like this. Okay, next to your finger, on top of your finger with contact. That's how you don't cut your finger. If you go like this, see how dangerous it is? It's so wide and big that it's gonna cut your finger eventually. So here, I pull up the hair, okay? I can see the little hair right there, it's my guideline. And then my shears go small, just like this at a time. Take it easy, go slow. About 8 times is how I always say, okay? Front to back, at least 8 times. And I'll show you guys why. See, it's all cut perfectly straight. And that's what you want. Pull back. So for back here, you don't want to go straight up like this because it doesn't make any sense. You have to think of that hair grows like this, okay? So this part of the hair goes here, this part goes here, this part goes here, this part goes here, this part goes here. So for here, you want to pull back and then cut. And then same thing here, pull back and then cut. I'm gonna stop there because on this edge of it, I'm gonna go sideways. And that's how you blend it to the side of the hair. So we're gonna stop there. And we only did the middle so far. I'm gonna show you guys, look, just lifting up the middle. Just because we did 8 times, look at that. That's what you wanna see. These little tiny bumps, don't worry about it. It's so small, it won't even matter. Here, okay? This is when you see 1 or 2 hair. But other than that, if you see more, just straighten it out. And that's what you call cross-tracking. And the reason why I do just the middle right now is to show you guys what it would look like with it, okay? So here's, if you don't do 8 times, this is what it would look like. Okay, lift up, cut here. First one's the same. Lift up, okay? Cut here, that's 2. Pull back, lift up. Here, you can see what my cut there and my new cut here. We're gonna cut all this off, okay? That's 3, here's 4. Okay, so let's pretend that was 4 cuts. It's gone, right? Now watch, when I lift it up, look at this. I call that hills, you see that? So make sure you cut that. Here, I only did 4 times. So let me show you the difference because I did 4 times that you guys can see here. Watch, you see this really long hair here? And then all of a sudden straight and then a tiny bit. That's because we did it only 4 times. And then if you imagine you did it to the whole head, look. It's just cut and then a super long and then cut, okay? Same thing here. Here, I call this hills. You see this? You see that? It looks like hills. That is how you mess up a client's hair. You need to cut it enough where it doesn't have that. Look at this. That's what happens when you do it only 4 times. Don't rush it. It's very important. So now, because it has that, that's what you call cross-checking. Because it has that, you have to go back and cut it again. Why do it twice when you can only do it once, right? So I'm gonna go back and I'll cut. First, boom, 2, cut, 3, here, 4. And while I'm doing this, I'm actually seeing the hair in the back too. Don't forget that part. You need to see the hair in the back to make sure that you're actually cutting the right amount here. See all that hair in the back? Here, there, and here, okay? That's about 8 times and you are good. Let me show you the difference. Lift up, okay? You see these tiny ones, you can hit it, but it's small. right? Here, tiny, versus that big one earlier. This is what you call cross-checking, so make sure that's all even. Here, here, here. Normally you want to do the whole head before you go back and cross-check. First, we already did the middle. Okay, I'm going to shorten the middle a little bit more. I think this is way too long for what he wants. Pull back a little bit. Cool. Adjust. Cool. I just cut the front. Here, now we're going to do this side, okay? So we already did this side for that sample earlier. This side here, cut, pull back, cut. That's 2. Here's 3, 4, 5. I'm only halfway through the hair and it's only at 5. Here's 6, 7, 8. Okay, see, 8 times. And then here, we want to balance it. Well, the reason why I tilt my hand this way is because I want to connect it to the side of the head. So here, I'm going to pull back, still see the hair in the bottom, cut slowly. Here, same. Okay. You can totally see the long hair in the middle that sticks out. That is not supposed to be there. Every part of the hair is supposed to flow. So the side is supposed to flow to the top and everything. No sudden like jumps of hair, okay? Now I'm gonna go on this side. So you guys can see this is short and all of a sudden it goes long and then it goes short again. You wanna match it like this. See how it's straight? That's what you want. The angle is supposed to be to your hand. I'm just going fast, but you guys should definitely take your time on this. This is a big one, look. See how it's like a little sharp triangle there. Right there, and right there, okay? Now, we're gonna cross-check everything. So just go find random spots in the hair. So I'm just gonna pull it up and then check it. And it's like pretty straight. If you see something this tiny, you don't really need to cut it. It's only really big hair, so here. Okay, that's naturally straight there. I'm just pulling up random spots, and here on this side, that's perfect, see? And that's what happens when you cut the top correctly. You won't have any long. But it's okay if you ever find some. That's why you have to cross-check to make sure that you do cut everything normally. Here's a spot that's weird to me. I'm gonna check it real quick. No, that's good. It looks like it's good. Oh, there it is. Just a tiny bit. Cross-checking is like evening everything out. But you're not supposed to cut more like a new guideline. Just micro adjustments, okay? There you go. Now I'm gonna look at the front, check it. Brush out the hair and adjust however you need to. So first, when I look at the front, these 2 spots right here, it kind of sticks out a little bit. So I'm gonna clip over comb these 2 spots in, and then the front, it looks like this might be a little bit longer here. So things like that happen, and you just gotta make sure that you go back and take care of it. The important thing is going back and evening everything out. Doesn't matter how you cut the top, just make sure you clean everything up. And if you do, that's all that matters, right? At the end of the day, you give them that good cut. There, that should be a lot better. So I'm gonna check the front real quick. It's a little bit, only a small part of it that needs it. So here is just this tiny bit just to blend in with the top. It's hard to see, but I remember when I went to the front, it's like a little bit right here. So I'm bringing out the clipper, making sure that it blends in completely. Okay, just do a little bit of movement, check the front, that's perfect right there. And I'm doing the same thing right here, just cutting a little bit. Tiny bit goes a long way just to get the shape correctly. While I'm here, I'm checking out the back too. So here it's sticking out just a tiny bit. And then that's about it. Let's check the front. Whenever you cut your client's hair, make sure that you kind of blow dry their hair afterward. We just sprayed a bunch of water, so the hair is super wet. You don't want to just leave the barbershop with like a soaking wet hair with a lot of water in there. It's kind of weird. You want to dry it out, making sure that it comes out dry. And if they don't want to style it, that's totally fine. Just as long as you still style it, it's very important. One key thing is to make sure all the hair is blended. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So here, I comb it down, see? Nothing hang there, nothing hang here, still nothing hang. You comb down wherever it is, okay? You see how it's naturally blended everywhere. And that's how you cut the top to blend it into the side. Last thing, we're gonna style the hair a little bit. So like I said, he wants to comb his hair this way, and then I always like a little bit of volume in front, because you don't want it like super flat. It just doesn't have a super good look unless they want to. All right guys, so that's how you cut the top to make sure it blends into the side. And I always offer to style afterward. If they don't want it, it's totally cool. But if they do, you know, they leave the barbershop looking really nice. If you guys have any questions, make sure you leave it in the comment below. Other than that, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. My name's Andy. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.